How's it going, everyone? Today we are going to be looking at the Serpent Spine claymore. Now this is the one from the battle pass and I was able to get it on my account. This one does is that it has a little bit of a unique ability for a 4-star weapon. So every 4 seconds a character is on the field, they will deal 6% more damage and take 3% more damage. So basically it's a double-edged sword. This effect has a maximum of 5 stacks, so you can get 5 times 6%. In order to give you 30% extra damage. It also does not reset if you leave the field, but is reduced by 1 stack whenever you take damage. You can see here it comes with crit rate, which is a very good stat compared to something like attack percentage, because crit rate is going to increase the amount of times you're hitting crits with this weapon. A like down below is very much appreciated. I do post pretty regularly, try to get out some videos when they are actually doing pretty good, and so far this week has been just absolutely amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. I've already hit 300 subscribers, which I didn't even think I would hit for another month or two. Anyway, let's get back to the video. So with all of the different battle pass weapons, I think that Serpent Spine is definitely one of the ones that looks really promising. This is actually going to increase your damage for a main DPS character, so this isn't as good on characters that are more support damage. However, retaining stacks when you leave the field is actually pretty good, because if you are just popping in with your character, you might only lose 1 stack, or you might not lose any if you don't take any damage. And so this is a great way to give yourself a 30% attack boost pretty easily. For the weapon in game, this is what it looks like. It's a bone kind of spine, you know. When I actually got this, I was only able to level it up to level 20 because I did not have the resources in order to increase it further. And so I did a little bit of playing around with that just by itself to see how much the actual damage percentage actually gives you. And so what I actually found out is that my D-Luke was actually hitting about the same as he was with the prototype Aminus at level 20 with a level 20 weapon versus a level 80 weapon. So now I've got the weapon at level 80, and there's a few things you're going to notice between this versus the prototype Aminus. If we go over here to my prototype Aminus, which I have switched to Razor, another main DPS type character, which the Serpent Spine actually could work really well on Razor also, due to him being on the field a lot, and you're also going to be increasing your crit rate. So crit rate is going to be good on any DPS character that you have. And so for prototype Aminus, so this one increases your attack by 25%, and it does have a higher base attack versus the Serpent Spine by about 50, but this one gives you 25% crit over 25% attack percentage. And you also have to remember that this is also giving you stacks of damage that you're getting. Also, the damage that you take, it's not really that noticeable because 3 times 5 is only 15% extra damage, which isn't that much when you come to think about it. Another thing to keep in mind is if you are going for max refinement on any of the battle pass weapons, this one might actually be a pretty decent one to go with, because every time you refine it, you're increasing your damage by 1%, and you're also decreasing your damage taken by 0.3%. So at max refinement, this will probably be giving you about 10% extra damage per stack, so you'd be getting up to 50% extra damage, which is a pretty good buff, because I believe this does stack on after all of the damage percentages are calculated. I don't know if it happens before, like elemental damage bonuses or physical damage bonuses. I don't know about any of that testing. However, since its description says that increases damage, basically what that means is that it's damage, not attack percentage. So since this isn't an attack percentage, this is actually going to be better than the 25% attack percentage you're getting on the prototype Aminus. But at max refinement, I think you could probably get this to be doing 50% extra damage at 5 stacks, and also only about 7 to 10 extra damage taken, which is actually pretty good, because it's high reward for a very low trade-off, because of how this gets a little bit better to use the further you go on. Also, another thing to note with the prototype Aminus, it does have this 300% attack damage to enemies within the AoE, which AoE damage is pretty good. However, with this, it is still based on physical damage. So on someone like Razor, this chunk you can get to 300%, plus you're also scaling with the physical attack damage. So this actually becomes a whole lot more. But on characters like D-Luke, where you're going to be using more of your elemental abilities and triggering elemental reactions, something like this actually works a lot better because it is a flat boost to all of your damage. You don't have to run as many pyro damage artifacts. You don't have to put as much into attack percentage because you're going to end up getting more reward based off of this. And so you can see right here I've got my different stacks. They give you them every 4 seconds, which 4 seconds isn't really that long of a duration. And if you're not getting hit every 4 seconds, you're still going to retain 4 to 5 stacks, which is still a large amount of damage. So we're going to just hop into the Spiral Abyss, test out my damage, and show you guys what the Serpent Spine actually looks like. Okay, so we are here on the Spiral Abyss. Now let's test out how this works. So there's some fire stuff right here. Oh, I'm getting frozen. But there's one thing. See, I still have 4 stacks, even though I got hit by something. I got hit again. Oh no, I got hit again. That's 2 more stacks gone. No, more stacks. But see, I am taking a lot more damage. But the one thing I kind of wanted to show you with this is that, see, I'm doing crits on all of that. So whenever you get like different things that trigger things over multiple times, that's actually good for keeping your damage up and damage potential. So you're getting a lot more damage potential from something like that.
Barbados. Reveal thy
Okay. So, and also another cool thing about Dragon's Spine is that the locations where the flames come out, it goes into 3 locations instead of just 2. I think with Prototype Amethyst, so it just looks really epic right here. But anyway, it's been your boy Arctic Phoenix. I'll see you all in the next one. Farewell.